So I'm using my intuition on a couple of things. Okay, remember I told you guys a lot of ways that I teach. I'll teach on stuff that I've seen, research, either a channel message or something I've experienced, and I'm good at putting things together. So I just want to say this. Remember I told you guys that John Ramirez or whatever. Well, first before I get in this, I just want to say, can people truly change their character or whatever? Like for example, if you look at a lot of empaths and went through a lot of stuff, drugs, partying, being lost, promiscuous, whatever. They didn't really know who we were. We didn't really know who we were because we went through a lot of tragic experiences or whatever. A lot of empaths go through a lot of childhood abuse. We go through a lot of things or whatever. Because we're so empathic, it bothers us on a whole nother level than regular people. Especially me or whatever. As a mirror, I just look at people like, you want that done to you or whatever. So we can say, so because we're always being called sensitive and this and that, and we're not sensitive, we just want people to. We just don't understand why people can't treat people in a way that they want to be treated, and then if they treat it that way, they get offended, but they don't mind projecting it. That's what's confusing to us or whatever. So we'll just say that. But one thing I realized: can people truly change the essence of their character? Me, through my journey, I've been through a lot of stuff, lost, wrong people, just a lot of stuff or whatever that I've totally changed and awakened and mastered myself. The only thing I'm working on now is impaired rage and trying not to go off on people or whatever. So you can say, in some situations, I can kind of calm it. And then sometimes it's like I just really have to hold back and try to ignore a person or whatever and walk away because I know how I am. So we'll just say that, especially people who are mean to empaths, we take that in a whole other way because we're nice. We know how we are. So when people get out of line with us, it really, really enrages us on another level. So we'll just say that. We look at you as like you're a demon. So we'll just say that. But like I just think about the stuff like, okay, I'm online. Remember what I've been through with my story. I'm online and constantly posting, trying to, get there. And then it's like the people that I know that are working against me, that are in Masonics, Eastern Stars, craft, whatever, family, whatever, they try to put on a nice face and do stuff in the background, and then you see they just don't stop. That's why I say, can people truly change? And then if there was no karma, how far would they go? Or what would be the stopping? And they just don't stop or whatever. They just keep going. Now this is what I've come to realize. I listened to John Ramirez or whatever, and he was talking about how he did rituals or whatever, and then he didn't want to do it no more. And he said, once he wanted to stop, the devil made him blind or whatever. He said, no, it's a fear that'll grip you. He'll kill you, kill your family. So that's what makes me think when people do certain things like dabble in rituals and deal with demons and stuff, powerful stuff, that if they ever try to get out or stop, that something is controlling them. That when you dabble in stuff like spirit world, you're dealing with demons. Especially look at my page. Look at what they're doing. That's powerful, powerful dark magic or whatever. So it's like when you're dealing with stuff like that, then you know how to astro project, you know how to jump from body. That's why I say people need to really start researching on a lot of stuff that these people can do. But when you dabble in stuff like that deeply, it's like certain secrets and you can bring them to the light. So if you ever try to change, the devil will get mad and like, no, no, no. So you become a slave today. That's what makes me think, is this why people just don't stop? Because I just can't understand. Well, I can't understand that people are wicked, but it don't make sense to you because you're like, why do they keep going and going and going and going and going and going? And I just think that they become a slave. That's why I hear a lot of people saying, like John Todd, he's an ex-occultist or whatever. He was saying that the only way out of Satanism or whatever is death or whatever. And to a certain extent, you just think that, okay, it's like a mafia and they'll kill you. Yeah, you're thinking about that, but just think about why a person would want to do something and you just want to go your way, especially if you're going to remain quiet. I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about them. The only way they would do something like that, it's like because they know something. They don't want anything to be revealed or whatever. So that's the only thing that makes sense to me. It's like people just keep going. That goes kind of far beyond jealousy. It has to. I just can't see myself not liking somebody and constantly, just in general, even if they stop talking about me or whatever, or just in general, I can't see myself not knowing somebody and just constantly going to their views and making their views low, or just knowing them or whatever, or just constantly going to the house every day and sit and watch and plot and constantly doing death spell. It's like you have the only way you can do something like that is if you have a demon in you, because the demon in you doesn't care about who that person is or knows who that person is, and they still keep on going or whatever. So that's the only way that makes sense to me. It's like people just the only way people constantly do stuff like that because I know how I think and I kind of like mind my own business, unless people keep coming at me or whatever. But it's like when people do stuff like that, it's an envious demonic spirit in them, and that's why I say, can people like that ever change? When you see pimps and stuff like that, and I'm not excluding women, that we all have a past, but it's just like when people do stuff for so long, I totally think that they sell their soul and something else takes over. Cause when you look at that video of Crip Flow dollars that I just posted on my Facebook page, and you see him talking, I can just look at him and just see that he's full of shit, and he's very manipulative. I'm just looking at him. Other people may not see that; they just hear somebody talking about God, and they see a leader, and they see somebody who's successful. I just see somebody that has a demon in them, cause only a person that has a demon in them would sit up there and do something like that, and not have fear of the Most High. That the Most High is watching them, and he's gonna be punished for that, because a demon already know he's going to hell. So that's what I'm saying. The only reason why these people would continue to do this, because they already know where they're gonna end up. Sometimes we think that God can save anybody, God can save people, and yes, He can. But when you dabble in dark demonic stuff, like you really plotting on people that are true chosen ones, can you really get a comeback from that? Did Satan never get forgiven for going against the Most High? So that's what made me think, will people do certain things? Like, yeah, I'm not saying they can't stop doing it, but the fact that you did it, it's like that's in your mind, that's in your character to do something like that. I can't see myself just the way I am, and I know I'm a godly person, looking at the truth teller online, or looking at people that's exposing transgenders or narcs or whatever, whether they talking about me or whatever, and just get online and do a silent spell and do that. It's like you're playing God in somebody's life. So we'll just say that. So that's all I wanted to say right now. I don't really think the people who plot on others or plot on true divine beings can ever truly change. I just think that's in their nature to do that.